the things that I'm hearing about this stuff, I mean, an August reveal with the game coming out in November of 2020, that's kind of crazy because that's hardly any promotion time. And I want to say that's a no-go, but based on how well the digital sales of Animal Crossing and Doom did, I wouldn't put it past Warner Brothers doing that. But the big mummerings in the industry that I keep hearing, now that people are home and stuff and it's easier to get a hold of contacts I haven't spoken to in 10, 15 years, sounds like Warner Brothers wants to do some type of reveal on their YouTube channel or something. I don't know. That little teaser that they did a while ago saying, stay tuned to our channel, when they mean their channel, they meant their YouTube channel. I mean, that's a no-brainer.
All right, guys, so we have a lot to talk about. Buckle in, and let's get right into the video. So K-Wing released that video today where he has heard that the game will be revealed in August. The new Batman Arkham video game, we don't know if it's Arkham yet, but it's a new Batman game, is going to be revealed in August and then released in November. So that is a 3-month turnaround. And a lot of people have said, whoa, that sounds ridiculous. There's no way that's real. Then you think about it, and MK11 had a 4-month turnaround, and that worked just fine for them. WB had success with that, so likely they're going to replicate that strategy with a 3 to 4 month launch to reveal window. Here's what makes this even more legitimate, besides the fact that K-Wing has been a journalist for 20 years and has a lot of connections in the industry and has a very good track record. The GWW, which is a online website associated with James Sigfield and others, tweeted that sources at GWW have received information and documentation that DC is planning to host a free multimedia visual fan experience on August 22nd, currently titled DC FanDome. It is planned to only be accessible for a 24-hour period starting at 10 a.m. Pacific time and will be a global event that promises new announcements from WB Games, film, TV, and their DC comic book branch. So if you also remember, there were several leaks, and it was basically commonly accepted in the industry that in the summer for E3, which of course was canceled, DC was planning on revealing their Rocksteady game, their Harry Potter game, and also the new Batman game. So they had huge plans for the summer, and they were all canceled by coronavirus, essentially. But now that's all changing because instead of July with E3, they're now pushing that back 1 month or 2 months rather from June to August, and they're announcing in their own event in August. This is something we all really wanted. We all wanted a virtual E3 where DC could still hold their press conference, Warner Brothers Games could still do their press conference, but that never happened. But instead, we're getting it directly from DC with this DC FanDome event on August 22nd. What's great about this as well is that it's not just going to be video games. You know, they're going to be talking about Stargirl. They're going to be talking about Titans. They're going to be talking about the DC Universe streaming service. They're going to be talking about HBO Max. Everything there is about DC. So we're going to be getting a lot of great stuff at that event in August. I mean, especially with the Snyder Cut coming back and all of this that's going on. I mean, it really is a huge time. I wouldn't be surprised if they announced the Ayer Cut on August 22nd. I mean, that literally would not surprise me. Henry Cavill is now in talks to reprise the role as Superman in J.J. Abrams' Superman film. I mean, the DCU is literally coming back to life right before our eyes. Alongside of it, so is the Batman Arkham brand. Now, this likely won't be an Arkham game. All the leaks have suggested that it's going to be a non-Arkham branded Batman game that is a soft reboot of the franchise, so still loosely connected, some familiar names. I imagine they'll carry over people like Quincy Sharp and other B-list Arkham characters, even C-list Arkham characters, but it's more or less going to be a reboot in a new world that WB Montreal is building. We now have 2 reports in 1 week from 2 reliable sources, the GWW and also K-Wing, that the game is going to be revealed in August, that we will be getting a trailer. I want to also be very fair to K-Wing. K-Wing never said that it was going to be at this GWW event, and he never said a specific date. That is what CBR, and I've dealt with CBR, K-Wing, if you're watching this, they're absolutely horrible to deal with. So I want to be very clear with what K-Wing has said, because I also have been misquoted by CBR. I mean, they literally, they have some like algorithm where they're watching every single video ever made from every comic book YouTuber, just waiting to take something out of context and create a fake headline and then attribute it to another YouTuber. That's exactly what they did with me. But anyway, so I just played you the clip at the beginning, but K-Wing said that he is hearing mumblings, which is not like he's putting his life on the line for a scoop or it's 100% confirmed or that it's 100% set in stone, but rather he has heard mumblings that the current plans as of, June or May or whenever he's heard recently is to reveal the game in August and to release the game in that November holiday 2020 window. As I said, K-Wing did not at any point say, I'm 100% certain of this. I am, publishing this as an official op-ed scoop. He did not say any of that. He just said that he has heard mumblings of it. But as I said, K-Wing has very reliable sources. He has a very reliable and credible sort of career in the industry. He definitely is a source that I trust personally. With that said, plans change. And in the video game industry, you've got to expect the unexpected. We just have to keep that in mind. We have to keep that with a grain of salt, that although I am very confident that these leaks and these mumblings that he's been hearing are reliable and are accurate, and that they are planning for this, and that we likely, against all odds, will get the game revealed in just over 2 months, and then we will be playing the game by the end of the year, as per what we've heard. And like I said, it aligns with what we've seen with these other WB properties, where they really like that 3 to 5 month turnaround window. They've never done 3 months, but they have done 4 with MK11, and I think they're going to up the ante even more. Much as we say, it seems like they don't listen to us. They have got to know how excited people are for a new Batman game. And we have a freaking hashtag online, for Christ's sake. They definitely know. And they know that nothing is going to make waves on the internet than announcing a new Batman game. And not only that, announcing a new Batman game that is going to come out in 3 months. There's something entirely different when you announce a game like GTA 6 or The Last of Us 2. Because as soon as we hear about GTA 6, we're like, oh, that's amazing. Can't wait. But we know that it's going to be years away. From whenever they announce it, it's going to be like a year, at least, at the very least, probably 2 or 3 years, like we've seen with The Last of Us. The Last of Us 2 was announced how many years ago? 3 years ago? 4 years ago? And we are just now getting the game this month in 2020. Okay, so it's one thing, and as much as we all rag on them for not announcing the game, it might end up being brilliant, because we've all been waiting, we've all been in angst, and now they're about to just be like, boom, here's the trailer, and the game comes out in 13 weeks. See you then. And then we're just going to lose it. I mean, we're going to lose it. We're going to be like, holy shit, this game comes out in under 3 months and you just announced it? And they're going to be like, yeah, like literally, that's what we're doing. And we're all going to fucking lose it. I mean, like I said, as much as we're complaining of like, oh, we wanted the game to be announced last year. Okay, but I also remember how agonizing it was with Spider-Man PS4, where they announced it and then it took like a year and a half after announcement, and we had 8 months, I believe, from the first trailer to when we got our second trailer. We didn't even hear a peep about the game for 7-8 months. So yeah, it's announced and we know what the game is, but frankly, I mean, we already know that it's a Batman game. Let's be real here. That's not the surprise. The surprise is, what is the game called? What does Batman look like? In other words, is he young or is he old? Is it a part of the Arkham games? Is Arkham in the title? You know, that's what we're looking for. We already know it's a Batman game. It's not even a discussion. I mean, it's not rumors. It's not like, we know that that's what it is. But is it a Bat family game? You know, is Batman, Nightwing, and Batgirl, is it called that? You know, we don't know that, of course. And we don't really know if it's a part of the Arkhamverse. I don't think it is, but we don't know for sure. So there are a lot of unknowns here, and we are just going to have to wait and see. But it's crazy. It's been a wild ride with everyone here listening to this video. I mean, literally, I started making Batman Arkham videos in 2015. That was over 5 years ago. We were making videos for Arkham Knight. Those videos still get so many. I'm amazed when I see that there's like thousands of people watching my Arkham videos every day from 2015 about Easter eggs and shit like that. But I love these games too. That's why I'm still talking about them. So it has that lasting impact on people. And this franchise is incredible. And what Rocksteady and WB Games have accomplished, WB Games Montreal as well, is remarkable with this franchise. It is one of the, if not the best video game franchise ever made. And as much as I complain and, you know, maybe see some people online saying that, oh, I'm not going to buy the game if this happens or this doesn't happen, we all know that's not true. We're all buying the game. Every single person listening to this video, I will bet 99% of you are going to be buying this game. And I will be right along there with you in the line at GameStop at midnight. And hopefully GameStop still exists by the end of this year, but that's also another thing. So it's fair to say everyone's freaking out right now. And as I said, it's really not just the K-Wing aspect of it. It's also corroborating what this other website, the GWW, has said on separate days, totally separately. And everyone's sources that they're hearing from seem to be corroborating one another, which is a great sign for us. But of course, they were planning to reveal this game this month. That's what all the reports suggest. So is it possible that this August plan could also get debunked? Of course it is. But we have to hope that that's not the case. We have to hope that it's all going to work out. And frankly, I mean, there are discussions now, which I'm going to make a whole separate video on, that AT&T is trying to sell Warner Brothers games for $4 billion, which includes selling all of the companies that are subsidiaries of Warner Brothers games, which includes Rocksteady, which was acquired by Warner Brothers. They initially started as an independent studio making first-person shooter games, or third-person shooter, I can't remember. And then they were acquired by Warner Brothers. They made Batman Arkham Asylum, Arkham City, Arkham Knight. They're now a legendary game studio. Most people agree they're one of the top 5 best game studios working right now. You have Warner Brothers Games Montreal, which has undergone 3 cancellations, 3, maybe even 4, I can't remember exactly, project cancellations in the last 6 or so years. And they've really slowed the rate at which AAA games are being published, and they've had a couple flops. The Lego games are not doing as well as they used to. I mean, there's a whole slew of problems. AT&T has expressed interest in selling Warner Brothers, which would result the Arkham brand being owned by somebody else. And then that freaks everyone out, thinking of like, holy shit, what if Activision owns Arkham and they just like fucking stuff these games full of microtransactions? I'm going to make a whole nother video about that, but I don't want people to be concerned about that right away, because you've got to understand that Rocksteady and to some extent Warner Brothers Games Montreal have a proven track record. So if a company acquires them, they acquire them for what they've proven they can do. In other words, they don't want to go into Rocksteady, likely, and change the entire studio and change them into making a completely different game. The worst thing that I will concede that might come of this is these games are going to be packed with microtransactions. That might be unavoidable, but it's not the end of the world. What we care about the most, more than having to pay an extra $40 for some stupid DLC, which of course Warner Brothers is going to pull on us too. Like, these are all profit-seeking companies, okay? Nothing is surprising us here. Nothing is going to change going from one kind of slightly scummy corporation running these video game companies to another slightly less scummy, corporation. I mean, what difference does it make if it's Warner Brothers or Activision? They're both going to stuff the game full of microtransactions. They're both going to try to get, their money out. It might be something that's positive or negative. It's a little too soon to tell. I don't want people to freak out about it, mostly because both of these studios, to varying extents, have proven their talent as game devs. That means that if someone acquires them, they're not going to acquire them to try to turn Rocksteady into something that they're not, most likely. What they're likely going to do is say, wow, Rocksteady has this formula that works. They've proven that they know what they're doing, and they've developed fantastic games completely by themselves with a super small team with Arkham Asylum, like 80 people, and they made this incredible masterpiece. And we want them to keep doing that. We want them to do whatever they want to do, and they might even set them more loose than Warner Brothers did, because some of the reports suggest that they tried to make a Superman game, and one of those like, nah, it's going to be too hard, dog. And now they might be in a situation where these new guys come in, and they're ambitious. They're like, dude, we have all of these companies, and they're not taking advantage of them. They're not taking advantage of, all these properties and all of these games that they could be releasing every year. We could be releasing a new DC game every year instead of every 3 or 4 years. And they might come in and totally change things for the better. They also could try to corporatize the whole situation and try to make Rocksteady develop a Batman game again. Because they're like, well, that's worked. Let's just do 10 million Batman Arkham sequels, which we also don't really want. We really want them to explore their newest project and mangle on the Justice League or Teen Titans or something, and totally do something completely different. I don't really foresee this being an issue, though. I really feel that they're in financial trouble, and these cancellations from W Montreal have really basically bankrupted them. They need relief. They have no choice but to sell off these IPs. They're also selling it for $4 billion. So, boo-hoo, Warner Brothers, you're about to make $4 billion. I don't really feel bad for you. And then you're going to have, some new guys that are going to run it in kind of a similar way that all these, they all are the same model, dude. Like, all these people, these execs, this is not like a conspiracy theory or like I hate rich people or corporations or whatever. It's literally just like a lot of these guys, they hop around from different companies. Like, they'll be at Activision and then they'll go work at EA and then they'll and they're all using the same practices. They're all using microtransactions. They're all trying to upsell the game. They're trying to sell you that deluxe version of the game. That's going to be the case with Warner Brothers. It's going to be the case with EA, Activision, Double Take, Quick Take, whatever these companies are. They're all the same. Some are slightly worse than another, but I'm really not that worried about that. Right now, I'm focused on this reveal. I'm focused on this happening in August. I'm hoping on the company not completely going bankrupt. If this deal needs to get made, if they need to sell it, then you got to sell it. Don't let it go bankrupt. Don't let Warner Bros. Montreal go bankrupt. And of course, do not let Rocksteady go bankrupt. That's what we need to worry about right now and really think about. So we need to let them make the best business decision and not like all scream at them and like, don't sell. Like, I don't know the situation. For all we know, if they don't sell, then we're never going to get another DC game again, because they're going to hold on to the rights. They're going to go bankrupt for, a couple years and then reset everything. And then 5 years later, they can restart. I don't fully know the intricacies of the financials of Warner Brothers, and you don't either. So I'm not going to comment on it too much, even though I just talked about it for like 5 minutes, but I don't want to get too far into it because we don't know. It's a lot of unknown, and it could end up being for the better. It could end up saving Warner Brothers Montreal, which is frankly, going bankrupt. They've made one game in 10 years of operation. They have over 1,000 employees. You got to think those employees, they need daycare for their kids or childcare. They need healthcare. They need 401k matching. They need all these other benefits. I'm sure they have like gym memberships. It's very common for corporations to give that to their employees. For 10 years, for 400 to 1,000 employees, depending upon the year we're looking at. And they've got a huge office in downtown Montreal. You think that business doesn't cost tens of millions of dollars to operate every single year? Of course it does. That's an incredibly expensive operation to run. And you've done it for years and years and years and published one game as a result. You've contributed to other games, but you personally have brought in not that much money just from Origins relative to how much it's cost to create these canceled projects that literally cost, tens, if not hundreds of thousands of dollars to create. In one day, it costs that much money to make a video game for a day. Tens of thousands of dollars to pay your staff, to pay your developers, to pay your cleaning crew, lights, rent, mortgage. Everything, right? And W Montreal has not turned a profit. And they've canceled games. They haven't worked out. I understand. I'm not saying publish a shitty game or whatever. I don't know the situation of that either. I've heard mumblings. It's all just talk, though. No one knows for sure. So up to now, they could have made the right decision at every step of the way. And as much as we criticize it, that's really the case, that they could have been making the right decision all the way along. And they waited the correct amount of time to build the trailer that they really wanted. And they knew that we would get frustrated if they uploaded the trailer a year ago. And then for the next year, we're like, where's the next trailer? Where's the next trailer? So either way, here's the secret to all of you guys at W Montreal. Don't tell anybody. The secret is we're probably going to bitch no matter what. So honestly, just ignore us and just give us the game this year. Just ignore everything we say. You guys have already pretty much done that, but it's fine. Just ignore us the rest of the way too. You guys committed to ignoring us, so fucking full steam ahead, dude. Do not change course. You got to see it through now. Okay. So just don't listen to what we want. Give us a fucking wild ride full of, flips and turns that nobody expects. And just let it rip, man, and drop the game this year, and we'll be happy. So just surprise us. It'll be great.